Am I enjoying this? I'm supposed to be enjoying this because in order for me to celebrate my freedom, I'm supposed to be enjoying this. Behind me, you know who's not enjoying this? The people that died for this. The people that lost their limbs for this. The people that lost their mind for this. They don't get to enjoy this. They're in their basement with earmuffs on. They're in their attic listening to the band Yes with headphones on. So they don't have to endure this. All of the animals of this country are losing their minds right now because they don't know what's going on either. All I can smell is fucking dynamite, you guys. This is how we choose to celebrate liberty. This country makes me sick to my stomach. You know, when you mention this hypocrisy, when you mention this blatant idiocy, people get very upset, do they not? And they accuse you of being ungrateful for your freedom. They accuse you of being unappreciative of veterans, unappreciative of history. When they're the ones that don't live in reality, they're the ones watching television all the time. Because they couldn't handle a movie like Saving Private Ryan. They couldn't handle the actuality of what this country allows. I think about all these kids in poverty. They don't get to enjoy their freedom. They don't get to enjoy their liberty or their independence. They don't get to do that because they grew up in a house where their parents didn't have enough money to lawyer up. And because their parents didn't have enough money to lawyer up, they got taken away by the state and put into an abusive foster care home where they were passed around in a pedophile ring. So what freedom do they have? You think Republicans give a flying fuck about that? Well, the one Republican that did was murdered for giving a fuck about that. You can't try to do anything positive in this country, or they'll take your ass down because of all the money that they can make by spewing all the negativity and pushing all the abuse that they push. Now, there's no group of people in this country that are more vulnerable than children. And if this country didn't constantly abuse children, what would this country do all day? We have children, we have veterans, and we have the elderly. And these groups of people are all exploited by this nation. So forgive my lack of enthusiasm. Forgive my refusal to celebrate this shit show, degenerate, completely pussified country. I'm sure my cats are going apeshit right now because they don't know what's going on. It's bad enough whenever there's a thunderstorm. This is like purposeful, terrifying, loud noises that not only destroy the environment, but they're just this massive distraction. Everything is just some massive distraction. That's why this country is so bad. This country could be fantastic if we weren't, supporting child rapists. That would be good. You know what else would make this country fantastic? If we didn't have all these distractions. If we stopped holidays, if we stopped the entertainment industry. All this materialism, all it does is take away our spiritual nature. All it does is remove us from the sunlight of the Spirit and promise us death and destruction. Also, we can lie to ourselves and say that we're happy, say that we're satisfied, say that we're better off because we have this pair of shoes, or we're better off because we have this automobile instead of that automobile. We're better off because we're on this social networking site, not that social networking site. My echo chamber is better than your echo chamber, damn it. I knew there'd be a joke somewhere. We had faith in the joke. Now, I always said that I was going to do this. Didn't expect myself to do stand-up outside of a cleaner's. But I just had to rant. Because this country is nothing to celebrate. And I'll be honest with you, I wonder if there was ever a time when there was something to celebrate in this country. Or if it's always been this bad and it's just taken us a while to realize it because of all the technology and all of the degeneracy being pushed in our face. But I'll be real with you. I don't want to go back to being distracted. I don't want to go back to pretending that everything was fine. Because it's never been fine. You talk about freedom all day, but if only certain people have freedom in this country, and that's just because they're either not a threat to the elite or they don't have anything to offer the elite. That's not freedom. That's not liberty. And it just proves how ignorant you are. The fact that you don't care about that. The fact that you're not even thinking about those people at all. Because it's like those people don't even exist to you. People that grow up in poverty don't exist. Veterans don't exist. The elderly don't exist. Children don't exist. Unless they're your children. But you don't have to worry about that, do you? Because you got money. You live in a fancy house. You live in one of those neighborhoods with those little fucking cul-de-sacs and the fucking roundabouts and shit. I know all about that. I grew up there too. But I always thought about people that didn't live like I did. And I know that I'm a rarity here in America. To have empathy supposedly means you're weak. To have empathy makes you soft. You think I'm soft? You think I'm soft? Why do you think so many people leave my channel? It's because I'm too hard, baby. Why do you think people left my comedy set last night? It's because I'm too hard. There's this guy in his car just staring at me like... What I'm doing right now, I'm saying fuck you, commies. The last thing they want is for people to be creative. But I've been pretty creative for the past 6 years, doing my thing, pissing people off, making people question shit, making people think, because there's nothing that's going to piss people off more than making them think. Because that's the last thing people want to do in this country. Because if they thought for a split second, they wouldn't do anything that they do. So you get back on your little social networking site and you bitch about this, like the whiny little pussy that you are. That's all they do. I said that social networking would be the death of society, and I was absolutely right. Good riddance. No, bad riddance. Bad riddance. Okay, I think it's over, y'all. I think that the fireworks display, I think that the celebration of our freedom is over. I wonder if this will be the last time. I doubt it. People just can't wait to blow shit up in this country, man. Right? That's very true. They can't wait to celebrate things that aren't even there in ways that don't make any sense. It's not going to be over for a while. They're still going to celebrate tomorrow, too. Because, you know, Americans and their gluttony, right? A lot of people whine about Pride Month. I'm not trying to say that Pride Month is good, but it's like everybody's got pride, though. Not just the freight train of sexual deviance. Everybody's got pride. It's gluttony year. It's gluttony decade. It's gluttony century. Everybody exhibits those 7 deadly sins every day, all day. They want to whine when gays do it. Who gave gays the right to get married? Straight people. You think that straight people are a really good example of marriage? Obviously, if they're letting gays do it, didn't really mean that much, did it? I mean, you can blame these groups of people. And I'll call them out when they need to be called out. That's what we do. But you gotta call out everybody. You especially have to call out your people. You especially have to call out the people that you're afraid to call out. Because everybody's complicit in this culture, whether they realize it or not. That's why I call it the vulture culture. All they want to do is pick people apart. They'll do that to anybody but themselves. Because the truth hurts. It hurts to think, it hurts to feel, it hurts to care. But it's worth it. It's worth that blood and guts. Is it over? Is it over? No, it's not over. It's not going to be over for a while. Guys, this is one hell of a rant. I wasn't expecting myself to do this. Yeah, you were. You knew you were going to get mad at some point tonight, especially with all this stuff happening. All these bombs going off. I mean, every time that they do this, I'm always thinking about those veterans. And this isn't me insinuating that they're all victims, okay? I don't think a lot of them look at it like that, and that's not right to push that on people, because that's narcissistic, okay? Because a lot of them, you know, they chose to go and serve the country. They chose to do that because they believed in it. A lot of them have regrets. But not all of them. And I would never try to assume anything about you. When you got 22 veterans committing suicide every single day because of drugs that they're given by the very people that are supposed to take care of them, and they just throw them away because they know what those drugs do. I mean, suicide's on the side effect list. But I guess that's good for them, because then, you know, that's one less veteran they got to worry about. If you want to know how good a country is, just look at the way they treat their most vulnerable. And there you have it. They rape children, and if they're not raping them literally, they're doing that to their minds. They're doing that to their childhood. They throw away our elderly. Medicare, Medicaid, bullshit, pharmaceuticals. I mean, Big Pharma, don't even get me started on Big Pharma. Don't even get me started on nursing homes. My grandmother's in a nursing home right now, currently in a state of psychosis because of some stuff that she was forced to take, okay? They just throw them away. They throw them away, they treat them like shit. The veterans, we've already talked about the veterans and the VA. What about mentally ill people? You think they treat people right at the mental illness hospitals? Psych ward, Amy, psych ward. The psych wards. Oh, what about the homeless? You think they treat the homeless right? Come the fuck on. This country's complete crap. Anybody that can't see that shit, it's like they're just living in a bubble. And pretty soon that bubble is going to be completely popped, and they're going to have all that sticky crap all over their face. And they're going to feel like a real fucking idiot for beating off to this country and running around with that fucking flag, acting like it's the greatest thing ever. I mean, it's a symbol. You know, it's a symbol. Now this is your Stanhope. This is my Stanhope, this is my Carlin, this is my Bill Hicks. I really, really hate liars, you guys. I hate liars. So how could I possibly have anything positive to say about this country?